Welcome to today's Acuity update. It is 25th of March 2021. I am Jonathan Brown, founder of Acuity, the fully decentralized social media platform. And what I'm going to show you today is some of the changes that we are making to the Acuity full node implementation. So if you're not familiar, Acuity is a fully decentralized social media platform built in the Polkadot ecosystem. And because it's built using Polkadot, it's actually built using the Substrate blockchain construction kit. And our current implementation, so this is the GitHub repository, so I've renamed it to Acuity Substrate-old2, so it is actually forked from Polkadot. And the reason for that is because it's based on a clone of the Kusama blockchain. And that's been very useful. It's been running as a fork of Kusama since early September, when we had the migration from the previous Mix blockchain. And so that's been very effective. We've been able to use the claim system so that people who owned Mix in the past, they've been able to then claim their Acuity on the new blockchain. However, we need to move to a new implementation of Acuity on a new Substrate repository. So there's a few reasons for this. So one of the main reasons is that Acuity is designed to be a relay chain, and the purpose of that is that blockchains underneath this relay chain called parachains can actually connect to Kusama. Whereas what we want in the short term is for Acuity to be a parachain and then potentially connect to Kusama or Polkadot. So for that reason, we need to move to this new implementation. There's a couple of other reasons as well. So we have a bug at the moment where it's not possible to become a validator. And that's partly due just to the complexity of the Kusama codebase. And also we're unable to enable the contracts palette on the current codebase. And that's that's a major problem for us, because the whole point is that we have all of these smart contracts that were deployed on the previous Mix blockchain, and we need to be able to deploy these on the new Acuity blockchain. And these are written in the Solidity smart contract programming language. And there's two ways that these can be deployed to a Substrate-based blockchain. So either these smart contracts can be compiled with the standard Solidity compiler. This compiles into EVM bytecode. And then this can then be deployed on a Substrate-based blockchain using the EVM palette. Or alternatively, there's a new compiler called Solang. And Solang can compile Solidity into WASM, and then WASM, also known as WebAssembly, it can then be deployed onto a Substrate blockchain using the contracts palette. So that's kind of our preferred route, but if that doesn't work, we can always use the EVM palette instead. So we have a new repository, so not that one, Acuity Substrate. So this is based on the standard Substrate node template, and I've already added the claims palette from Kusama and Polkadot. So that's one of the main hurdles that needed to be brought across from the previous implementation. I've also added the contracts palette. So we're getting most of the way into having this new node software available. So I need to continue to bring across all the palettes and the configuration from our existing full node implementation. And then we can start testing this new node software, and hopefully we can sync the current blockchain using this new full node implementation. If that is a problem, then we can always perform a hard spoon And that is where we take a snapshot of the state and then use that as the genesis for a new blockchain. And we've already done that once before, so that's a backup option for that. And then once we have the new node software available, we can deploy the new runtime. This will give us the new palettes that we need. So we'll have the contracts palette. And we can then deploy the Acuity atomic swap smart contract. So this will give us fully decentralized trading between Acuity and Ethereum, just directly in your web browser using the MetaMask web plugin and the Polkadot browser plugin as well. And then Acuity will be able to be traded in a fully free market way, and the free market can determine the correct value of Acuity. So that's going to be a major breakthrough for Acuity. And then we can start deploying all of the previous contracts from Mix. So this is actually a very mature decentralized social media platform that existed on the previous blockchain. So we're going to be able to deploy that and then update all the front end. And then we will have all that rich decentralized social media functionality, including video publishing and so on. So a lot of exciting stuff coming up in the Acuity world in the near future. And one other item is that I'm also deploying the Polkascan block explorer. So we'll actually have a much better block explorer. At the moment, we have the standard Polkadot app software, which is great for interacting with Polkadot blockchains, but it doesn't index the blockchain. So, for example, you can't just put in an address and see all of the transactions associated with that address. So whenever we've deployed the open source Polkascan software we'll connect that to the Acuity blockchain, and then we'll have a great block explorer. So that's a little update on the project. So I hope to have more updates very soon. Thank you very much.